What's up, guys? It's your girl Nisha, and today I am back with another video. As you guys can see by the title, today I will be doing a part 2 to the worst date of my life. If you have not seen part 1, it will be linked down below in the description box, and I recommend you to watch part 1 before you watch part 2, so that way you know exactly what I'm talking about and what I'm referring back to. But before I get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Always comment down below video suggestions down below in the comment section. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. That'll also be linked down below in the description box. And without further ado, let's just get to this. Okay, guys, so as far as C, which is what I believe I called him in part 1, C and I, we texted the next day, you know, had a regular conversation, and then he ended up asking me if I wanted to go on a second date. And I was just like, you know, no, not really. I think we'd be better off as friends. And he said okay, and then the next day he tried to like ask me again. Like, he literally texted me the same thing he texted me the day before when I was like, no, we should just be friends. He was just like, you know, give me another chance, like you should just try it again, you know, see what happens, let's just go on a second date and see what happens. And in my personal opinion, he already like ruined it. Not even in my personal opinion, because I was reading the comments and you guys completely agreed with me. A lot of you guys were telling me that I should have got the other boy's number, which I ended up getting his number, but I didn't go and ask him for it. I believe I told y'all in the last video, like the part 1, that he actually ended up putting his number in my phone. And yeah, I saved it because, like I said in the last video, me and C were gonna just be friends. Like, I already knew that because I already had it set in my head. Like, y'all already know what happened. Like, I don't even have to go into detail. It was just dead. Anything after that with C was just non-existent, dead. So that's just what it is, and what it was gonna be when it came to C. It was gonna be nothing but friendship. So that's what it ended up being. I had told him I wasn't interested in going on a second date, and at first he said, you know, like, cool, fine, whatever. But as like time went on, like a couple of weeks, he kept trying to convince me to go on a second date with him. And it just got to the point where, like, you know, like, the females will know what I'm talking about. You know, when you tell a guy no, and it's just like, at first they be like, okay, and then 2 days later they actually the exact same thing again. Like, the answer is still not no. Like, my answer has not changed. I'm telling him, like, kind of like in a mean way, like, no, I'm not interested, because I just got annoyed. Like, after you say no once and twice and 3, like, you shouldn't have to say no so many times for a guy to understand, like, you're no longer interested. Like, I wasn't really interested in the first place, but I gave you a chance and it just didn't work out, and that's okay. Not everything's gonna work out in life. That's perfectly fine, but I'm letting you know, like, I'm no longer interested. So long story short, with C, it was literally nothing, just friendship. But I will say, after I had told him, like, kind of in a mean way, I wasn't necessarily mean about it, but I was just like, no, I don't want to go on a second date. And that's exactly what I said, word from word. Exactly what I said, word from word. Like, no, I'm not interested. The next week, he ended up blocking me on Instagram, because that's what we were texting sometimes. Like, he was sending me memes and stuff. So he ended up blocking me on Instagram. And then, like, a month after he blocked me on Instagram, he tried to refollow me on Instagram. And I was just like, no, because you blocked me because you ruined our first date, but I'm getting blocked. Okay, cool. But even though I didn't care, because honestly, when he blocked me, I was just like, okay, well, that just, you know, shows that he's like a little immature, you know, because it's like, just because someone is interested in you doesn't mean that you should block them. Like, I wasn't rude about it, like super rude about it, because I definitely could have been super rude about it, but that's just not me. Like, I'm a really nice person. I just let him know that, like, I was no longer interested. Like, I wasn't trying to hurt his feelings or anything like that, but I wasn't gonna waste his time either, or waste my time, because why would I go on a second date with you knowing that I'm no longer interested? So if you want to get mad and upset and in your feelings about it, then okay, that's on you. So he ended up blocking me, and I didn't hear from him since. I declined his little request to follow me again, and that was that when it came to C. So Papi Chulo, what we're gonna call him, I can actually give him a name. So I, like, throughout the story time, I'm not referring to him as Papi Chulo the entire time. So Papi Chulo, what should I call him, guys? John. We're gonna call him John. Papi Chulo in this story time will be referred to as John. From part 1, Papi Chulo is John in this story. Just make that clear so you guys can keep up and know what I'm talking about. So John and I want to say after everything had happened with C, the week after C blocked me on Instagram, John and I were texting, and it was just basic stuff like, you know, where you from, favorite color, what you like to do in your free time, where's your favorite place to eat, yada 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 yada. So I want to say John and I were texting for about a few weeks, maybe like 4 weeks. I want to say 4 weeks before we actually went out on a date. We went to this buffet and it had like a mixture of everything. You guys know how like most buffets have just Chinese food? Well, this buffet had a mixture of everything. So we went to the buffet. He paid for us to get in, and then we sat down, we ate, we were talking, and someone had texted me while I was on a date. Someone texted me, and my phone wasn't on do not disturb because, like, I don't know, like sometimes I put my phone on do not disturb, other times I don't. It just really depends on like my mood for the day. So my phone was not on do not disturb, and someone texted me, and like he looked, and then he looked at me. Like, he didn't even just look at me, he looked at my phone, then he looked at me, and he like side-eyed me a little bit. And I was just like I literally did that because it wasn't like somebody texted me, like a guy or anything like that. It was literally just one of my friends, you know that. So you know when you're with a person or you're on a date with somebody and like their phone goes off, you're gonna like assume something, like just a little bit, you know what I mean? So he had looked, but he didn't say anything the first time. So then my phone went off again. But y'all are probably like, girl, why you just say put your phone on do not disturb after that? But after that, I was like, if I put my phone on do not disturb right now, that's gonna look very sneaky and like I have something to hide, and I don't, because it was literally just my friend. The reason why my phone had went off a second time was because I have my phone like in the settings set up to the point where it's like I'll get a notification one time, and then if I don't like clear that notification or check that notification within 2 minutes, then it will ding again to let me know like, hey, you need to check this notification. That's the reason that it had went off the second time. It wasn't like a different person texting me or anything like that. So, but the second time I had rung, he was like, who is that? And then I was just like, oh, you know, like it's one of my female friends or whatever. And then he was like, let me see. At first, I was just taken aback a little bit. Don't mind my nail, y'all. It had fell off like literally like 3 minutes before I did this video, and I was gonna wait to do the video until I got my nails done. But then I was like, girl, everybody loses a nail. I know if a few females are gonna be watching this, I know y'all lost a nail before, so don't be judging me. I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. But anyways, that's besides the point. He was like, let me see. And I was just like, I was just taken aback a little bit, because it's like, this is our first date and you're over here talking about some let me see your phone just because I got a notification. So I was just like, I'm telling you, like, you know, it's one of my female friends. And he was just like, let me see, like, let me see your phone. In the back of my head, I should have known that he was one of those guys because of the way he was acting, like from our first interaction when we were at the skating rink. Like the whole like promise me and stuff like that. But at the same time, I didn't really get controlling or like anything like that, because you know, when you first meet a person, they try and make their best impression, like first impression, best impression type of thing. So I didn't get controlling vibes from that. But when we went on our first date, for you to be like, for my phone to go off once or twice and you'd be like, oh, like let me see your phone, that's a major red flag. Shoot me down if I'm wrong in the comments, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but to me at least, that is a major red flag, because it's like, see my phone,
I don't even know you.
Please. I'm just playing. Y'all know that TikTok. Anyways, but yeah, like he was like, let me see your phone, and I was like telling him like, you know, it's one of my female friends or whatever, and he was just like, let me see your phone, and I was just like, no. That was the ultimate answer. Like, I was not gonna give you my phone on our first date. We're not even together. Why are you like trying to do the most right now? Guys that are watching this, that's like, you go on a first date with the girl, right? your phone goes off once or twice, and then she's like, let me see your phone. Who is that? Let me see your phone. You will be looking at her like, girl, if you don't get on somewhere, and if you're a guy watching this and you say you wouldn't look at her like that, you definitely would. So don't even try it. You will be looking at her like, girl, you was not gonna go through my phone. You're not even my girl. So I was just like, no, like, you're not even my boyfriend. I didn't say that, but I was just thinking it like, no. So after that, the entire vibe changed. Like, he was irritated a little bit, because you can tell, and like the conversation kind of like died down. I was like trying to make conversation even after that had happened, and like he was responding, but you know how when you get mad through text and you start dry texting, he was doing that, but like in person with his responses. So it kind of got like awkward a little bit, and it was hard to make conversation after that had happened. But after that had happened, when the day we had ate and we left and stuff like that, nothing really happened other than the fact that he had an attitude. And then when we got in the car, he was just like, my bad, like, I didn't mean to come at you like that, like, it probably was one of your female friends, like, I didn't mean to come at you sideways like that. And then I had to let him know, because that was like, I actually found him attractive, and his personality and everything was good. Like, we were vibing together. So the fact that he did that kind of threw me for a loop, and I didn't really like mess with that. So I was just like, red flag. But yeah, when we got in the car, he apologized and everything for coming at me like that. And then he explained to me, he was like, the last girl that I like took seriously, like my girlfriend or whatever, she cheated on me, and it was all because like I never went through her phone. And I was just like, okay, I mean, that's understandable. Like, you know, I understand, but you can't project that onto me, especially like on our first day or whatever. And he was just like, yeah, I know, like, those weren't my intentions, like, that's just the way it came off. Like, he's so tired of getting hurt. And then we just had like, you know, a personal conversation while we were in the car or whatever. He had asked me like who are like, do you have like a lot of male friends? He had asked me after we had our conversation if I had a lot of male friends, and I was kind of just like, not a lot. Like, I have people that I can go to if something happens, and they're like guys, but like we don't have like super duper personal conversations, or they've never been attracted to me that I know of or anything like that. So I was just like, yes but no. And then he was just like, okay, that's cool. Like, and then he was like, I'm not the type of guy who's like controlling, but like I'm not big on my girlfriend having a lot of male friends. Like, okay, well, can I ask you a question? And he was just like, yeah, what's up? I said, do you have a lot of female friends? And then he was like, yeah, you know, I do have a few female friends, but it's different. And then I looked at him and I was like, red flag again, because now it's giving double standards. Like, what do you mean it's different? It's not different. And I was like, okay, so what if I'm the type of female who doesn't like her boyfriend to have a lot of female friends? And then he was like, I mean, I'll cut them off, but you know. And then I was like, I mean, but you're about to contradict yourself. Like, you should just stop while you're ahead. But he was just like, I mean, I'll do what I gotta do to like cut them off, but you know. And I was like, what do you mean, but you know? And then he started laughing, and then I was like, what's funny? But then I started laughing too. And after that, he started laughing and I started laughing. And I was like, okay, well, you're the type of guy who don't like, you know, your girl to have a lot of male friends, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, you know, I mean, I'll see what I can do about that. You know, I'll cut them off, but I'll see what I can do about that. And then he was like, ha ha ha, I see you got jokes or whatever. But then after that, we were just vibing in the car. We were having conversations. And you know, when you're vibing in the car with somebody and y'all are actually like vibing, it's like time goes by so quick. So we had been sitting in the car when I finally checked the time, like for 3 hours, just talking, y'all, like having a good conversation, just vibing and everything like that. Songs and stuff, putting me onto a few songs. And I don't know about y'all, but I love an attractive guy with a good playlist, okay? Good playlist. I'm talking about, he got old school, he got new school, he got the Hispanic music, he got a little mixture of everything. And I was vibing with it. Like, every song that he played while we were in the car vibing was like a vibe, like a hit. So I was messing with that. I'm like, okay, he got a good playlist, a good personality, whoop, whoop, whoop. So boom, right before I left to go back to my car or whatever, taking me back to my car, which was at the mall, because before we went to go get some food to the buffet or whatever, we went inside the mall. He got a few things and I got a few things, but I didn't really feel the need to mention that because it wasn't like, it didn't really add to the story. But I'm only mentioning it now because he took me back to my car, and y'all probably are like, girl, what do you mean he took you back to your car? Where's your car? But yeah, y'all, we went to the mall before we went to the buffet, so he was bringing me back to my car. He brought me back to my car, and then I ended up following him on Instagram. Now, let me tell y'all, I am not the jealous type. I am not insecure. I am not controlling, but I can be a tad bit possessive when I'm in a relationship. Him and I were not together. We were just, you know, vibing, getting to know each other. But I just need you guys to know that about me when I get into a relationship. So before I get into a relationship, or before I start taking someone serious or anything of that nature, I look at their social media, because people don't realize it nowadays, but your social media says a lot about you as a person. And I'm not saying the pictures, like the quality of the pictures or nothing like that. If they're watching this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. When you look at a guy's social media, it says a lot about him as a person. So right before he had dropped me off, we got each other on Instagram, and he had dropped me off, and he had pulled off, left, said his goodbyes or whatever, and I was sitting in the car, and I was like going through his Instagram. Now, I don't know if this is a bad thing, like not on his phone, of course. I was following him on Instagram. He sent my request, and I was looking at his Instagram because, like I said before, your social media says a lot about you as a person. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, you know, he has some good quality pictures. And I seen that picture because he took a picture when he was at the skating ring because of his fit. I was like, oh, okay, so you knew you looked good that day. But anyways, yeah, I was going through his social media, and it was this one girl who was like consistent, like in the comments. And at one point she was pinned, but it said like that was from like 3 weeks ago. And in the back of my head, I'm like, funny, but not funny. Ha. Funny, weird.
Funny, yes, but not funny. Ha. Funny, weird.
Because 2 weeks ago, you and I were texting, like talking, like getting to know each other or whatever. I won't say talking because I feel like talking is like you guys kind of passed the get to know each other stage. So you and I were definitely texting 2 weeks ago, but right here, this comment was pinned 2 weeks ago. Funny. So again, we're not together, so I didn't mention anything about that to him. I was just looking, and I kept looking through at other pictures, and no girl posted on his page. He didn't have none of that. Like, if you were to look at his profile on Instagram, you'd be like, oh, okay, he's an attractive single person. But she was consistent in the comments. And anybody should know how us females get. Anybody should know how us females get when it comes to lurking comments. Like, when a female wants to find out something, she's gonna find it out regardless. You don't have to tell her. She's gonna do her FBI investigation, and she's gonna find it out regardless. So I went to the girl's page, and like I'm scrolling, I'm looking, and I'm not the type, I'm not a jealous female, nothing like that. Like, she was an attractive female. She was brown skinned. I think she played volleyball. It was either volleyball or soccer. She had like highlights or both, and her page was in private. So yeah, I was lurking, and what about it? So I was lurking, and I seen, you know, she played sports. She was attractive. She was pretty. So I started looking through her pictures and looking through her comments, and he was only in the like and the comment of one picture, and it was like her 4th picture on her profile, but the picture was posted months ago and the comment was from months ago. So I'm like, are they talking? Are they together? Because I'm thinking they're not like officially together, simply because she didn't have like any pictures posted of them two. Females, when they are like madly in love with someone and they feel like that person is like theirs, they will make highlights of them. They'll post them all over Instagram, us females, we do the absolute most when we're in love with someone. And guys, you look at his page and it say slime, trust no female ever in his bio. But when females are in love with someone, they post them all over their social media. But I did not see him post it, not one time. So I came to the conclusion that they were just talking the same way him and I were talking, but they had been talking longer than him and I had been talking, because this comment is from months ago, and then she just commented on your stuff a few weeks ago and it was pinned. So clearly y'all are talking. I didn't even mention it to him. So I had waited maybe like 2 weeks until afterwards. We have been texting and stuff like that, but 2 weeks until afterwards, and then I had asked him, I was just like, are you talking to anybody else? And he was like, what you mean? And that was his original response. And I'm just like, okay, red flag. See, I'm the type of person, I like to try and point out the red flags before it's too late. Too late as in before we've been together for a year, or before, you know, bada bing bada boom happened and now you got a bada boom 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 on the way. Like, I like to find the red flags early. I'm talking about first impression, first date. I like to get all the little possible red flags out the way. So when he said, what do you mean? I was just like, you read the text. You read it word for word. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I was just like, are you talking to anybody else? Like, are you talking to, texting any other, you know, like females or whatever? And I was like, I said this also because I didn't want him to think like I was trying to be controlling or possessive, because again, we were not together. We were just getting to know each other. But at the same time, I just wanted to know if he was getting to know me, Sarah, Grace, Penelope, you know, if he was getting to know everybody. You know what I mean? I just wanted to know if he was getting to know everybody, because if you get to know everybody, then what are you getting to know me for? Because you're giving ran through, it's giving I talk to everybody, it's giving not what it's supposed to give. So I had asked him or whatever if he, you know, just was talking to other people. Like, we not serious. But oh yeah, I did mention, like, I'm not saying it because, like, you know, me and you are together or anything like that. I'm asking you because I genuinely just want to know. And he was just like, no, oh, okay, like, now I understand what you're saying. Like, and he was just like, I mean, kinda. And that's, the text message said, I mean, ... kinda. And then I was like, okay, LOL. And honestly, after that, even though he was attractive and, you know, we were vibing, I was kind of turned off, because it's like, let's be honest, like, we're not together. I'm not gonna get mad. I would have respected him 10 times more if he would have just been like, yeah, I'm talking to other people. I would have been like, oh, okay. And I would have decided how I wanted to move forward, whether I wanted to keep talking to him or I wanted to cut him off and just, you know, focus on myself. You can even be honest. Like, I mean, kinda. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. Even though we were vibing and stuff like that. Me, I'm a very, very, very picky person, because I know my worth, okay? Not on no cocky type stuff, but I'm not broke. I don't have to depend on nobody. I'm very intelligent and I know what I bring to the table. So why would I, like, I'm very picky, to say the least, especially when it comes to being committed to one person. I'm not gonna be committed to somebody who is just showing red flags already. Like, you can't even be honest and just be like, yeah, I'm talking to whoever. After that, we texted, I want to say, for the next couple of weeks, but I was dry texting this time because I was just turned off. Like, that little situation that happened when he was like, yeah, kinda, that turned me off. Like, you just can't say yeah, because I already know. Like, I'm not stupid. I know. And a lot of people are gonna be like, well, you didn't know for a fact whether they were talking or not. Like, I'm a female, so I already know for a fact that y'all are talking. No female is about to just comment on your stuff. And you have her pinned. Like, clearly you have her pinned for a reason. So the fact that he couldn't be honest and just be like, yeah, I'm talking to other people, kind of turned me off. So, like, I wasn't really interested anymore after that. Like, after he couldn't just say he was talking to other people and couldn't just be honest about it or whatever, I was just turned off. Like, that's really it. I was turned off. We had stopped talking. Like, altogether, we had just stopped talking. But he is one of my homeboys, kind of, sort of. I wouldn't say homeboys, but it's just not like that anymore. Like, he'll check in with me from time to time like a brother would do, but I'm not gonna say he's my brother because clearly we had went on dates and he was attracted to me. I found him attractive, so I'm not one of those females to be like, yeah, that's my brother, even though y'all just went on a date, whatever the case may be. But now, literally just a friend. Like, he's the type of person to check on me and be like, yo, you good? But not like flirt or anything like that. Like, just check on me. He's the type to check on me. He'll make sure I don't need anything, like stuff like that. Long story short, that was years ago. Him and I are no longer attracted to each other. We do not text like that. We'll text and it's just like a check-in type of thing, but not even to this day. Like, he'll text me and be like, yo, you good? You need anything? Da, 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 and make basic conversation. But that's literally where the conversation stops to this day. He was talking to other people and stuff like that, and he just wasn't being honest about it. I was turned off. So I just ended up never texting him back. That's how we stopped talking back then when that was going on. I just never texted him back and left it at that. But yep, guys, that's how it went. It wasn't a complete L. Like, we didn't end up together like boyfriend and girlfriend, but at the same time I got a good friend out of it. Like, nothing more, nothing less, even though for some people that'll be hard to believe that to this day, even though that was years ago. Him and I are friends and it's nothing more, nothing less. He's a good friend, that's all that matters. So yeah, that's just about it. But yeah, guys, that is it for the part 2 of the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. I'll give y'all a minute. Hold on. I can see you. I can see you. Hit the subscribe button. Like, you're not slick. Like, you're just sitting there. Hit the subscribe button. Did you hit it yet? Okay, it for today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Always comment down below video suggestions down below in the comment section, and make sure you follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For today's video, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. It will be linked down below in the description box, and make sure you check out some of my other videos on my channel. They will also be linked down below in the description box. And yeah, that is it for today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.